Hi guys, Ambercraft here. I am your paranormal romance writer, authorly friend. And if you're new to this channel, hello. Today I created, thanks to my friends on Discord liking the idea, hopefully I got the right struggle questions we came up with, or we wanted to talk about for you guys. But we always do these write in progress tags and what are you working on tags, and I've got a glare in my glasses, so we're gonna take those off. So I'm gonna put the questions down in the description below and tag a few people, but this is what we're gonna do. I got 10 questions. Now the first thing I want you to do, so we kind of know what you're working on at the moment, in case you have all kinds of genres, is I want the name of your current work in progress, the current status of that work in progress, and whether you are looking to or are self or traditional. That's the rules. Alright, I'm gonna read from my paper. Question number 1. As an author or writer, what aspect of the writing process do you find the hardest to tackle? For mine, it is editing. Now that I used to have to say it would be the Kindle putting it on there because I have a translations page that doesn't really like to work, but I figured that out. That was just a one-time thing. But with every book, it's the editing, because I write the book, I'm done, I don't want to read it again, I want to go to the next book, and I can't exactly do that if I don't edit and then give it to betas. So that probably takes me as long, maybe a little bit less, but probably as long to write the book. It really does. I hate it. I hate it so bad. Number 2. What do you find makes you go down the rabbit hole the fastest when you should be writing? Now, I know most people's thing will probably be this little space. That's AuthorTube. For me, it is on YouTube. There is a channel called Pandora Journey, and it has music of all kinds, and I will fall into a trance just listening to music. And a lot of times I'll write to it or edit to it and it's great. But if I'm not in the mood to do those, I will go down the rabbit hole listening to all kinds of music till I find the mood of what I'm in and just veg out and listen to it. Number 3. What is the hardest thing that you have discovered about the process of indie publishing or traditional publishing, depending on which one you are? The thing that I've discovered the hardest for me in indie publishing is the marketing. Now, I have a business degree. You wouldn't think that'd be very hard. But it is the online marketing that I am apparently not very good at. It's the online everything of being an author I'm not very good at. I don't have a newsletter. I've got to learn how to do that. I don't know how to do my own covers. I want to learn how to do that. And so I'm having to teach myself all this stuff. And these are hats I knew I had to have or pay to have, and still will have to pay to have because I haven't figured out how to make my own covers yet. But that is definitely the thing I've discovered that's the hardest for being an indie publisher for me. Is I don't like to pay for stuff that costs a lot, because I ain't got that kind of money. I'm a single mother. So, number 4. When you are frustrated with your work, what do you find yourself doing the most? Now, I had to throw this question in because as I was trying to come up with the questions for this, I did this. I got really mad at a character. Silly, right? But I couldn't make what I wanted to go into my head fit into the scene very well. I ended up having to write half the scene and then go back and try to find the place that it fit the best in. And so I was cussing out my character like he was standing right there. You know how people say it's okay if you fight with yourself, just don't answer yourself? Yeah. It was a one-sided conversation. If somebody had walked in, they'd have put me in the loony bin, like, right away. It was a moment. Number 5. What is one thing you wish you were better at, and why? I used to would be able to say I don't know what I wish I was better at, but after watching other people be able to come up with beautiful covers and teach themselves how to do it and be so artistically I can't. I'm not. I want way too much in a cover. I will probably always have to hire that out because there's no way I'm gonna make a pretty cover I want look good as a thumbnail. But that's the one thing I wish I was better at, because I would love to be artistically inclined. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. I would love to be artistically inclined, and I am not. I'm also not musically inclined or singing inclined. I've got one talent, and that's the writing. Number 6. What is the one thing you find the hardest to do in your genre? I would say the hardest thing for me is the gatekeepers, or whatever they are, say how long a romance novel should be, or a paranormal romance novel should be, and I never stay within that. Like, all my novels start out near 125,000 words, and by the end they're usually about 100 to 110. But I tried to make my very first novel I ever wrote, Unknown Revenge. Don't buy that if you still see it on Amazon. I'm trying to pull it. It was a YA, and it wasn't a very good one. Number 7. What is the hardest part of telling others about your books? My hardest part is that I'm an introvert, and telling people without them having asked me about them first is hard. And usually that's my mother or my daughter going, hey, you're an author, you're famous, you know, like, not quite. But I think the hardest part is just telling people everything that it encompasses, because the gods of Ava Karina are throughout the series, but I deal with every kind of mythical creature there is. Unknown Love and Unknown Happiness have vampires. Unknown Happiness also has witches. Unknown Family, which will be the second book that comes out, has nymphs and satyrs with the gods. Unknown Happiness is book 3. So it's hard to explain other than giving it similarity books, and that's nowhere near what it is. So number 8. What is the most frustrating thing that you hear when you tell people about your books or series? That would be when they ask me to do the comparison books, which I hate to do, because that's just telling you the type of characters. That's not exactly telling you how the book goes. So the most frustrating thing I hear when I say vampires is they go, oh lord, it's another Twilight. Or is it like Supernatural? Or is it like True Blood? Or, and then they focus on that one type of thing instead of the whole thing. Like, if I were to say the gods part, it's, oh, so it's like whatever that series is that Donna likes. I don't freaking know. My head hurts. I have a headache. Or if you say, like, an Unknown Happiness, I was talking about witches, and they're like, oh, it's like Harry Potter? No, not at all. My people are grown-ups, for one. Number 9. What is the best and worst thing someone has said about your books? I think the worst has been, it's how long? You expect me to read all that? Now, I did kind of have a best worst at the same time, and that was one of my coworkers asked if they could get a copy of my book, and so I brought it to them, and it was a guy, so I kind of understand, but he was like, I don't like mushy books, and I'm not gonna read it just to let you know, but I just wanted to buy it to support you. Thanks, I think. Thank you for supporting me, but if you're not gonna read it, what's the point? Like, you're my friend. I don't want you to waste money if you're not gonna read it. You bought it for me. You didn't buy it from Amazon to help my ranking sales. So, I don't know. I was happy that he bought it and he wanted to support me, but I even told him it was unnecessary because it wouldn't waste his money if he's not gonna read it. But hey, he may give it to his girlfriend later. I don't know. Number 10. What struggle do you hope to overcome throughout your journey in this community or as a writer? The struggle I hope to overcome is I'm already gonna have to overcome it some when we move, and that's getting out of my comfort zone. I have started doing videos with my makeup on when I have time, showing my true self to you guys, my goth side. Like right now, I just got off work. It's 2 in the morning after a stream with Alina, and I can't wear makeup to work. I would sweat it off or end up wiping it off with alcohol when shit splatters in my face. So I don't get to show y'all that side very often. And I don't get to be my true self very often because I am super busy. My life is super busy. So I don't get to show my true self to y'all very often. You just see the, I would say that I don't give a damn version, but it's just the me in pajamas before I hit the sack. So, or my right after work, I'm tired, oh well self. So that's something that I struggle with because I quit making videos for a while because I didn't want y'all to not see me dressed up. And then I decided I started videos without being dressed up and without makeup on. So you liked me then, hopefully you still like me not dressed up. But that's a struggle I deal with, not just in the community, but that's because I was bullied as a kid and told I was ugly a lot. And so I said I would never go outside the house without makeup on and looking my best. And then I found a production job, and that was the only thing that paid what I could afford. But that's what I hope to overcome in life and in the community and as a YouTuber. That has been the struggle tag. I hope you liked it. It's going to make you very uncomfortable answering it, I hope. And I'm going to tag 5 people, but y'all asked for the tag, so you're getting it. So I am tagging DL Stewart, Flippinbookie, Tamara, Proseandtea, and DarklingDahlia. You know what, guys? If you've been tagged, if you have a question you think of that I didn't ask, add to it. I'd like to see that. I would like to start this tag off and expand it. So if you come up with a question, add to it. Let's see how big we can get this thing. And then somebody tag me once it hits 20 so I can answer the other 10 questions that by then I haven't answered. So, I hope you like the tag. Make sure you tag people when you do that. And all the questions, like I said, are down below, so you can link to them and answer them. And yeah, don't forget I have my debut novel. My novel. Here we go again. I've done this many times. My novel, Unknown Love, is available on Amazon in paperback and ebook form. Make sure you go buy that. If you like it, make sure you leave a review. That would help me out tons. And if you don't, just leave me a message. I don't care if it's a good review, a bad review. I want a review. I love you peoples. I want reviews. And then check out videos here every week. I'm consistent. I'm just not consistently consistent. And check me out every Saturday at 9 a.m. most of the time, depending on the moving schedule. It will always either be 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. but it will always be at 9. Either way, until next time, guys, happy writing. Bye.